Hello.
Hello. Welcome to our thoughts on A Game of Wool episode 7.
As always, it's our opinions. Yours may be different. They might be the same. It's all right. We're a big, beautiful petri dish of opinions.
It's not that deep.
It's not that deep, and it's what makes us beautiful and lovely.
So this episode they were turning charity shop knits into catwalk. Why can't I say it? Catwalk worthy dresses.
Yeah, particularly Aaron sweaters,
Aaron jumpers. Yeah.
which is why I'm dressed like what's his name?
Chris Evans.
Chris Evans from Knives Out.
Yeah.
Same body figure and everything.
I mean, there's probably so many people who wear Aaron jumpers that you could have picked, and you've gone with Chris Evans in life.
He looks bloody handsome in that film.
I can't remember it, to be honest.
This might end up being no. We're not doing it. We're gonna have to talk about A Game of Wool.
So, you didn't like this episode, did you?
Nope. I think it was the worst episode.
You were very vocal when we was watching it.
Last week's was shaky. This week the brakes have gone, and we're just going to roll to the finish line.
Why do you think it was the worst episode?
It was the sewing bee, not the best knitter.
I liked it. Again, we're disagreeing.
Then I think you're going to enjoy the sewing bee, but for me, you're getting through to the finals of the greatest knitter, the best knitter, the knitter's knitter, whatever it might be. Do some bloody knitting.
Yeah, but they did do some knitting.
You share your thoughts, and then I'll bring us all back down to reality.
Right, okay. So let me see what notes. I've not made loads of notes because I was sat on my yoga ball and left my phone over there.
Yeah.
So I just thought I'd try and remember them. So let's see how well that goes.
And I was just sat watching it, hoping it would burst.
What, the yoga ball?
Yeah.
So they had two. They started with a group task, which was different.
And again, another group task to begin with. Why?
Well, that's the first time.
And also, it didn't need to be a group task, but your opinions first.
Oh, apparently not, because you keep putting it in. So they had Ailsa and Isaac and Holger and Lydia.
Yep.
So you knew which team was going to win.
Yeah.
Turn jumpers into catwalk worthy dresses. Don't know why I can't say catwalk. Showcase innovative design skills, perfect fit for the mannequin. They said the mannequin. I'm sure they said them. Oh, did they say model? And I've written mannequin. Don't look like charity shop jumpers. They look new. I've put here.
Right.
They didn't look like they'd got them from the charity shop, that they'd been worn for years and years and years.
They didn't. Like, this is a vintage Next Aaron sweater.
But then again, that doesn't look
It's got some bobbling on the arms.
Yeah. Well,
so high impact areas will have bobbling.
Well, maybe there was bobbling and we just didn't see it.
Here's what I think. The person that was doing the original challenges has called in sick or gone on holiday, and whoever's took it on has gone, oh God, we need an episode. And last week it was like, oh, he mentioned something about lace knitting, we'll do lace knitting. And then this week he's completely forgot to do any challenges. He sorted his granddad's wardrobe out because he's died. Got to set and they've gone, have you got a challenge for this week? And he's gone, I've got some jumpers in the car, they're going to turn them into fashion. And they've gone, brilliant.
Yeah, but I like the idea of getting something from a charity shop or secondhand and then making it into something else. Like, for me, that's something that I've been wanting to do for ages, like reusing the yarn from something.
Absolutely agree. Reuse the yarn, ball it up, make something new.
But they only had 10 hours to do it, so they wouldn't have been able to.
Then why set the challenge? Anyway, what's your opinion? It really bothers me, this episode.
So I liked that they gave a little bit of history of Aaron jumpers in like
Wafer thin.
15 seconds. Yeah. We got that. All of the jumpers looked the same.
Yeah.
Which is very odd.
Same roll neck cable design.
If it's been found in a charity shop, that is very lucky that you found 4 jumpers that are exactly the same.
Same patterning as well. So
in the same colour.
Yeah, Aaron sweaters, this design, there's a well-known Irish brand that has clans. So I'm the Byrne clan, and there's a specific pattern that the Byrne clan wore. So to me, it's really convenient. You've gone to a charity shop. Again, this is because someone's granddad's passed away, and they've cleared his wardrobe out on the way to set.
Right. So the judges said that they wanted to see Aaron as the star of the show. Design is going to be huge, but not just how they join the pre-knitted pieces together, but what they've added in. So with that, that's what when they sat with Tom and they say like what they're looking for. I loved Holger's and Lydia's. You did not like it. I loved it. I thought it was.
I loved it. Okay.
I am speaking. I thought it was very Vivienne Westwood. I thought it was very catwalk worthy. And I know that you have got issues with it, but they said, the judges said then, about the pre-knitted pieces, how they join the pre-knitted pieces together and what they add into it. So Isaac and Ailsa like focused on the pre-knitted pieces and then added more knitting and crocheting to it. That isn't adding much, in my opinion, but adding the scarf and the go days in Holga and Lydia's, that I thought it was great. I really thought it was great. Come on then, you're chomping at the bit.
So, what was that last thing that the judges wanted? What they knitted and added to the piece?
Yes.
So, Olga's and Ailsa's,
Lydia's,
all they knitted were the go days. The predominant piece of that outfit.
And the cuff.
And the cuffs, but all they've done is took existing material and ballooned it. They've not done a huge amount with it. The predominant 80% of that outfit wasn't made by them. It was just some fabric that they've tacked onto jumpers.
No, but that doesn't matter.
No, let me just... That was what they tacked on something else. When you're in a knitting show, make something. As much as Isaac's and Ailsa's was just not great, they spent time unravelling material to get yarn to make something. So they've attempted to do knitting. Whereas I just feel like if you took away the main piece of Olga's outfit, what have you got? The piece that they've not made, the piece they've just got off a shelf and sewed to 2 existing jumpers.
Yeah, but that was the challenge.
I understand that was the challenge, but for me, when you're in a knitting show, it's not the sewing bee. And they're judging it on what they've contributed to it. They contributed a couple of triangles.
I just don't agree with you.
I just think it was not a great challenge. I don't think it was worthy of the greatest knitter. And I don't think it needed to be a group challenge. I think it would have been much better as an individual person challenge because everyone's got different opinions. Olga had to put a statement out because people weren't happy with his behaviour.
Oh, I thought I noticed that.
He just came across very forceful and like, this is my idea and this is what we're doing.
But it was a great idea.
It was a great idea, but it didn't feel like What's-Her-Face had any input into it.
Lydia had any.
She was just going with it.
But they said, like she said when Tom was asking them, like, I'm not just going to say, yes, Holga, yes, we'll do that. Like, if she had an opinion, she was going to voice it.
But when was that film? Was that film before or after that? Because a lot of the editing, again, was a mess.
Yeah, the editing just sucked.
I just feel like when you're getting close to the finish, I want to see people knitting really interesting stuff, not taking a scarf, sewing it to a jumper.
But then they were using knitting as an embellishment in something. I really
there wasn't enough knitting for me, and I just think when you're getting into this far into the stage, it just feels like all those initial make a baby garment, make a Farewell vest, make this, make that. That's all done now, and they've run out of ideas and just gone. Right, let's just do this. Let's just get this over with. Let's just get this finished. Mm-mm. Let's get this off the TV because 24 Hours in Police Custody is coming back. That whole challenge for me just didn't.
Will you please stop moving?
Sorry, that whole challenge just did not line up for me, and I didn't enjoy it.
Well, we disagree because I enjoyed that one.
And once again, Olga just stands out as he's going to win, and if he doesn't win, it's going to look rigged.
Well, I don't know. It's either Holga or Lydia, because Lydia has made some really good things.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on from the group challenge to the individual challenge, the bag challenge then. So they had to make a bag and make their own yarn. So
they had to make a bag that they were going to test.
A weight test.
In 10 hours.
Yeah.
And they had to use an alternative yarn.
Yeah.
That they had to make themselves.
That they made themselves, yeah.
So first of all,
yeah.
Sabotage.
Why?
You've got 10 hours to make your yarn and a bag. And then they're moaning that people aren't finishing.
I don't know why they couldn't have made the yarn before. Like, they've still made it.
they didn't seem to merit anyone's. They commented on the bags and the fact that like Isaac's wasn't finished, but they said nothing about the yarns that were created. And I feel like that needed to be a part of the judging, because you might not have got your project finished, but that's because you're farting about with tights or whatever it might be, trying to make a yarn to get the thing finished. And also, if we're talking about non-yarns, traditional yarns, there is macrame from King Cole, there's t-shirt yarn from DMC,
Yeah, but
there's that leatherette from Rika Rumi, there's a paper yarn from Rika Rumi.
Rika didn't do anything.
No, I know, but I'm just saying there were plenty of yarn alternatives that they could have provided the teams and then gave them 10 hours straight to just make a bag. But to say that, well, you've not made a bag in 10 hours. No, because I've been making blooming yarn first.
Well, they could have given them 12 hours and then that 2 hours could have been spent making the yarn.
They could have done the whole bag challenge as the whole episode, and that would have been far more interesting. Because then you could have talked about the elasticity of Elsa's and why it matters to try and get that out of there. You know, why Isaac might have done this and what he's going to do. And it had the potential to just be the full episode. Give them time to make the yarn. It just felt like there wasn't enough time to get them to finish a really great quality bag and produce the yarn. There's not enough time in 10 hours.
Well, there was, because Lydia did it and Holger did it and Elsa did it.
But Lydia had those strips of cotton that already looked pre-done.
No, she had a whole sheet of it.
She was just doing strips.
Yeah.
And Olga's already done a plastic bag thing, so you knew he was going to do great. To me, it just felt...
I think you're just angry at the show.
I'm not angry at the show. I just feel like it was lopsided, and it was a real potential to highlight alternative yarns. So they could have used macrame yarn to make a bag. They could have used t-shirt yarn to make a bag. They could have used the paper yarn or whatever it might be. Raffia, whatever it might be. And that highlights an alternative yarn that people may not have used before. They might not have come across before. It might be new to them and it might inspire them to use it. But instead of doing any of that, they've made them cut up some t-shirts to make a yarn and then moan at them that they've not done it in 10 hours.
Well, it was their choice what they cut up.
It was their choice, but you are kind of limited.
Because Holger cut up t-shirts too.
Mm.
So the fact that...
But the strengths of Olga and the strengths of Isaac are polar opposites. It's like me and you.
Yeah, but that's why it's competition.
But at this stage, everyone should be on at least some sort of even playing field. I still think Isaac is, as much as I'd love for him to have won, he is obviously the weakest one in that pack. And when and when you're looking for best knitter, and I'm not even bringing up the crochet, he shouldn't have stood out so obviously. And the fact that when Elsa went, oh, one of us is going to have to go, cuts to Isaac.
Oh, the editing.
Yeah, so one of us is going to win, cuts to Olga. Like, you just...
We knew Isaac was going, didn't we, when they started talking about his grandma?
Yeah. It's just getting weaker for me. And I'm only watching it now because we're making videos. And I really thought when we get through to these last few episodes, they would put a real focus on a challenge. And we're not seeing that. It just feels like the alternative knitting show.
It would have been quite nice, with going back to the charity shop knits, if they told them that they had to make something out of charity shop knits and then they had to go to the charity shop.
When they said it last week, I thought, or like if there was a pile of jumpers,
they pick one.
And they have to pick one or pick two.
Yeah. I really liked the yarn that was the pink yarn that Isaac and Elsa unravelled. I wonder what that was. I was trying to figure it out. It kind of looked a little bit like felted tweed. But I don't know that colour if it is.
It was I don't know what it was.
It was like a really pink.
Well, there you go. Spend a couple of hours doing that, or you could just staple a scarf to a jumper.
They didn't staple it, they sewed it.
Still.
Okay, so we clearly differ.
We do clearly differ. And last night, and I'm bringing up MasterChef because it's a tradition now. If we was on MasterChef, the semi-finals, and they went, right, you need to do a 3-course fish banquet. But before you cook anything, make some plates. And then when they get through to the judging, it's like, Where's my three-course banquet? Well, I only managed to get the start done because I was too busy on the potter's wheel, recreating Ghost. It don't matter. No. It was your really good opportunity to go, look, you can use macrame, you can use paper yarn, you can use t-shirt yarn. It doesn't have to be wool, it doesn't have to be acrylic, it doesn't have to be polyester. This is the whole point of the show. You're working with DMC, you're working with King Cole, you're working with some of the biggest yarn brands. Why are you not utilising anything but Happy Cotton, price-wise, bonus DK, and the occasional Posh Rowan?
Yeah, when they cut to the yarn bar, the haberdashery, do they call it? And they said that it had been fully stocked. Like there was Riot, there was loads.
A whole wheel of DMC.
Yeah.
All of this yarn.
All the embroidery cottons. Yeah. There was loads of stuff, and they just haven't used it, have they?
No. And that's what I thought when they first teased it and everything else. I was like, well, do you know, if they go, right, this week's episode, you need to upcycle one of the jumpers off this table. You've got 3 days. Time starts now, go. And everyone runs off to the yarn barn and they're looking at all these different yarns and they're comparing them with their jumper. And it's like, okay, day 2. Isaac's still farting about unravelling a jumper and all this. It adds a bit of tension. It adds, what's going to happen? It adds individuality. It's like, right, you've got 10 hours, make some yarn and sort that out. It's just... It started terribly with potential and it's ending terribly with no potential.
Well...
I don't know how, because they've somehow took off, almost crash landed, somehow managed to get to where they're going, and then just before they can hit the runway, they've veered left and they're going to end up in a ditch.
Well,
and
I don't agree. I think the last 2 episodes have been so much better and just what I've been looking for from the show. But
it's not a lot of knitting.
But that shows you how 2 different people who are watching it at the same time can take 2 different things from it.
Yeah. No one's ever going to agree on what the show should be and what they take away from it.
No.
I just think when you're calling it Britain's Best Knitter, let's see some really great knitting. Let's see some really interesting ideas and techniques.
But then part of knitting is understanding shapes and bodies and how to change garments to fit bodies and make interesting shapes and stuff, I think.
Also, Isaac and Elsa's outfit, you're saying about Vivienne Westwood and stuff.
No, Holger and Lydia's.
No, I'm on about Isaac's.
Well, I didn't say that was Vivienne.
No, I know, but you're talking about Vivienne Westwood. Have you seen some of Vivienne Westwood's stuff? It's not conforming to any standards.
No.
Some of the stuff she did was well left field. And the fact they were like, this doesn't look runway enough. I'm like, have you seen some of the stuff that's on runway?
I think the point that they're saying about it doesn't look runway is high fashion. I remember once when I was sewing something, I think I was probably watching a video or reading something that said that in high fashion and runway things, you'll never see a join. So joins are always covered up, let's say with a belt, or they had the side bits that were just stitched on with the pink yarn. That looked untidy because the stitches were all facing different ways, and if it was intentional as a patch, then yes, I understand, but I see where the judges are coming from about that should have either been covered up or stitched on invisibly. And as soon as we saw the reveal for that, I said to you, they should have done a peplum skirt rather than just having these wings out the side. A peplum skirt would have made it look entirely different and a lot more high fashion.
And I was thinking this morning when I was drying my beard. The judges, they need a guest judge on every episode. Because those judges, they don't bring anything to the show anyway. But what do they have in terms of high fashion experience?
They apparently do catwalk shows. They do clothes for catwalk.
Whereas I feel like if they hadn't...
that's probably where the challenge came from.
But would you know that? It seems like every episode it's something else. To me, I feel like if they had a guest judge that's a fashion designer or something that could walk around the room and talk to people. Do you know,
like in RuPaul's Drag Race?
Like in RuPaul's Drag Race?
Yeah.
Because we've had one guest judge, and then either everyone else just didn't check their inbox, or somebody obviously didn't look at anyone's reply and gone, shall we see if these guest judges are actually coming or not?
It is a bit random that they had that 1 week with Janie Crowan and then nobody else. Because they've done crochet nearly every week.
Maybe Janie Crow was just coming to visit one of them and they've just kidnapped her and gone, like, shove you in the bar.
I think in the very first episode they explained that Diane Sheila had done catwalk things before.
Which is fine, but they bring no personality to it. So, to me, it
Yeah,
just...
but just because they're, like, I understand what you're saying, but just because they're knitters, so not all knitters have got personality.
No,
like
but
TV
when you're
personality.
hosting a show, you do tests. You do screen tests and everything else before you even go to air. You don't just put it on TV.
Yeah.
This happens all the time. This is how, like, Ant and Dec got massive because screen tests were done for Biker Grove. Those two hit it off, and now they are the two biggest things on RTV.
So I wonder.
I don't feel like there was any screen tests. And if you had a guest judge on every episode that had some bounce and personality, that bounces off the grumpiness and the frumpiness of the judges, and that guest judge is the person that can then bond with the guests and the contestants and, like, share some thoughts, like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm going to do this. Well, in fashion we do this, this, and this, and almost like giving little ideas to the people watching as well. Like, oh, I didn't realise when they do fashion shows they do this, or they might cheat by doing this sort of stitch or things like that.
Yeah.
We didn't really learn anything. It was just go off and make that. I don't like it.
I can tell.
End off.
Okay, well, you've only got one episode left.
One episode left and I'm free.
And they're making hats by the looks of it.
Yeah.
And I already saw, like, when they showed the preview, there is a hat that is clearly the winner.
That's probably Olga's.
Yeah.
I don't feel like hats should be in the final.
I don't think they'll do a group challenge for the final.
Cut to next week when it is just
Well, how
a
would they
group
split it
challenge.
up? There's 3 of them. So, I mean, they'd either need to do a longer individual challenge or 2 challenges, I suppose. But it looked like it was the hats that were being judged.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll be glad to see the back of it. And then we can get on to what we really want to do, which is review MasterChef.
No. Well, I am surprised that we have reacted so differently to the last 2 episodes. I've really enjoyed the last 2 episodes, and it's what I wanted from
But they're not
the
knitting.
show. But yes, they are. There's been some crochet, but
There's been some crochet.
yeah.
There's been some knitting. It's been predominantly crochet. I've never seen so many crochet hooks. And I work in a yarn shop. Anyway, what do you think? Are you enjoying it? Have you given up?
Everybody gave up weeks ago.
There's just a handful of yarn shop owners
Yeah.
and yarn business owners that are just hanging on for dear life, hoping that this will get us through.
Yeah. It would be nice if Lydia won, but I think Holger's going to win. I wonder if they know who's won. Or, you know how some shows they film the reaction of everybody winning and then they don't actually find out if they've won until... That's what they do on RuPaul.
Oh.
Everybody has their own winning moment and then they don't find out who's won until it's aired.
Sometimes the audience... I can't remember what show it was, but I remember seeing a podcast with the winner and him being like, oh yeah, I knew like 2 months ago and I was sat in the pub watching the final. And when I won, everyone was going mad and I was going, yay. No, full well that he'd already won and got the
Well,
money.
that's why it's good to not do that and to keep it a surprise.
As always, feel free to subscribe. Feel free to like and comment. Truffle Shuffle. I need to check to see if you're doing the Truffle Shuffle on the last video.
No.
I can't believe how many people haven't seen the Goonies, by the way.
Well, that makes it that you are the odd one.
No, it's an absolute classic.
It's not me.
It's not me, it's you.
It's not me, it's you.
How's your socks coming off?
Fine, thanks.
Cool.
Well, they're Christmas presents. I'm not going to talk about them.
Okay. If you've not seen, we did our final podcast of the year.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be up here somewhere and down here.
Yeah.
And yeah, one more to go.
One more episode. Oh yeah, that's next Tuesday, isn't it? So that'll be our last video before Christmas.
No, there'll be one more, which is the end of year review
That will come after Christmas.
between Christmas and New Year. Don't worry, I've got a whole schedule in my head.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Right, we best open up then.
Yeah.
Have a nice day.
Let the customers in.
Yeah. Enjoy the last episode of Game of One, and we'll see you to tell you how much I enjoyed it and Dad didn't.
That's your one yawn.
That's my one yawn.
Saved it for the end. Proud of you.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm sure you'll hate it.
Maybe I'll come around. I'll be the one that absolutely loves the final. You'll be like, this is awful.
It's got better as it gone on, but you don't agree, so that's fine.
Have a lovely week, everyone. Feel free to subscribe. Feel free to like. There's a hype icon. I can't find this hype icon.
No.
Does it even exist?
A video was recommended to me actually yesterday, and it said underneath it, hyped.
Not a clue.
Not a clue.
Not a clue.
Don't know what that means. But anyway, if you find it, click it.
And we'll keep looking for it.
Yeah. If we find it, we'll click it.
Yeah.
Can we click our own hype icon?
I don't know.
We'll have to see. Hype.
Mine.
Oh, we're losing it. It's getting to that point of the year.
It's been a long year. It's nearly over.
It's nearly over, yeah.
See you later, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.